Hi there. I want to thank you for joining me today for episode 21 of MidMOMama. Happy New Year! We started a brand new year, 2021. Here we are. My name is Jenny, and I live in Sedalia, Missouri in the United States, where I am making in the Midwest. This program is about yarn crafts and food and whatever else I decide I want to talk about. In today's episode, I have a giveaway to announce, and I have some projects that I have, and I have some show and tell. I haven't had show and tell in a long time, and I haven't had a giveaway in a long time, so I'm excited about those things. And if you're excited about those things too, well then stick around, because we're going to get this show on the road. So now it's time for It's a Giveaway! It's a giveaway! We're having a giveaway this time. And here's what I'm going to give away. Nobody claimed the prize for the 100 subscribers giveaway. And I think this is a very nice yarn. Somebody wanted it at one point because she entered to win, but she never claimed her prize. So I'm going to put this up for giveaway again, and we'll see who ends up with it this time. But here I'm showing you, this is a skein of Come Hither by Nerd Girl Yarns in the colorway Hawaiian Shirt. Okay, this yarn is 100 grams, which is 435 yards. It's fingering weight, 80% Merino, 10% Cashmere, and 10% nylon. So I have a Ravelry link in the comments, in the description box of this video. So go to the description box of this video and find the Ravelry link. Click that link, and all you have to do is enter your first name, your full email address, and say Happy New Year. That's all you have to do. So there is no purchase necessary. There is no requirement to subscribe, comment, or like a MidMOMama YouTube channel video to win. You must be 18 years old or older. One entry per email per day. Okay, you can enter every day until the deadline. Okay. It's open to the 50 United States only. Void where prohibited. Entry period will close at midnight Central Daylight. No, it's not Daylight Time. It's Central Standard Time. See, I have to edit my stuff because I copy and paste it so that I get everything right. So Standard Time. Okay. So entry period will close at midnight Central Standard Time on Tuesday, January 19, 2020. The winner will be announced in episode 22 of MidMOMama. Unclaimed prizes are forfeit after 90 days of the winner announcement. Alright? Now, I will use your email to notify you that you've won, but I'll announce your name on my episode, okay? But I'm not gonna announce it on the thing and then expect you to reach out to me. I will reach out to you, so don't worry about that. But your first name will be announced in episode 22 of MidMOMama. Your personal data will not be, I will not store it, and I won't share it, and I won't sell your name or your email to any other person or entity. And I have a link to Ravelry's privacy policy. So if you want to read their privacy policy, you can do that. And how do you win? The Rafflecopter will randomly select a winner, and then I will contact the winner via email, and the winner's name, first name, will be announced on episode 22 of MidMOMama. Disclaimer: YouTube is not a sponsor of my contest, and participants release YouTube from any and all liability related to my contest. So if you would like to have a skein of yarn, I encourage you to click on that Rafflecopter link and enter to win, okay? And you have approximately 2 weeks to enter. So, and like I said, you can enter every day, once a day, and we'll see who ends up the winner for that, okay? So good luck to everyone. I hope excuse me. I hope you all enjoy chipping in your email to see if you can win. All right, so let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for Mama's show and tell. And I haven't had a Mama's show and tell for a while because I haven't got anything, show and tell worthy. But we've had Christmas, and I have received some show and tell worthy things. So I wanted to show off to you what I got. First thing I got was, it's called Collage Square Interchangeable Combo Pack Knitting Needle Set. And it comes like this. And it's got 2 zipper compartments. I will show you the first one and the second one. It's an entire set of interchangeable needles, but they are square. So this is the front section. You have, in the front section you have US size 2, and it goes up to size US 8, okay, and then you have a set of cables, and I have the little sleeve here. This is a sleeve that came on it. I'll hold that up so you can see the label. I looked for them on Amazon, and I linked what I could on Amazon, but it's not the blue set, it's the red set, or it's a burgundy color, and I don't know if they're the same. But I could not find this blue set on Amazon, so they must be sold out. But the what do you call those? The cables. One set of both firm and soft cables, 24 inches, 32 inches, 40 inches. Okay. So in the first segment you got US 2 to US 8, and then the cables. Then you open the back segment of the kit, and you have sizes US 9 to US 11, and they're square. I'll pull the largest one out so you can see that they're square, and I don't know if that's gonna help, but this is what they look like. I have not tried them yet because I don't know why. I had planned to, but I didn't get the time. And then I'm going off track. They give you this tool. I guess they're designed to help you not snap your interchangeable tool. It's a one interchangeable tool which features a steel tool and an LED light and a removable magnifier. So it's got a magnifier and tweezers and a light on it. I'll have to pull the thing out so that you can pop them in to the cable. It's a really nice set. I had them on my wish list because I was watching the Naughty Knitwits, and Michelle got herself a set, and so I put it on my gift wish list, and my brother-in-law sent these to me off of my wish list. So it was a very nice gift, and I'm looking forward to casting on something with them. I've heard they're really good, so stay tuned. I'll eventually cast on a project with them, but I think they're wonderful. So check that out. I have the Amazon link on my show notes. The other thing I got was another set of knitting needles. This time I got the Chagoo Twist Red Lace Interchangeable Knitting Needle set. And this is nice. It comes in a nice fabric case. And the collage ones come in more of a nylon. This one's more of a cloth, maybe a cotton fabric. It's got satin ribbon around it. But in the front pouch, it has a zipper front pouch, and it has a gauge ruler. It's got a bag of stitch markers, and then it's got tips and connectors and keys, those tightening keys and stuff. So there's those. And then inside, you have a little instruction sheet on that. Oh, the collage ones come with a instruction sheet on how to use that tool. Sorry about that. But on the inside of the Chagoo, they give you a twist, spin, parts and pieces working instructions. So you got a little instruction card. And then on the other side, it's got Chagoo Twist and Spin Interchangeable Knitter's Guide. And it just gives you a little chart on what size needles you can get. Now inside the main segment, you have knitting needles. They start off with US 2, and they go all the way up to 15. Okay, so the collage ones are size 2 to 11. This set is size 2 to 15. And these are just round needles, but they're 4 inches. They're 4? Yeah, I guess, yeah, they're 4 inch. 4 inch. I don't know, that seems shorter than 4 inches to me, but what do I know? But they're nice. I'm using the US 8s right now. I'm using the US 8s. And they come with a set of large cables and a set of small cables. So each package contains one 8-inch, one 14-inch, and you get two 8-inch cables, one 14-inch cable, and one 22-inch cable in each package. So this one has 2 8s, a 14 and a 22, and this one has 2 8s, a 14 and a 22. So that's nice. I cast it on something, which I'll show you in Mama Crafts segment. But that's a really nice set of knitting needles too. So now I have two different sets of knitting needles that I didn't have before. So I'm really pleased about that. Make sure I put my instruction booklet in the collage one so I don't lose it. And then the twist ones. And I'm liking these ones. I don't have aluminum knitting needles, and the other ones, the collage ones, are metal. Some kind of metal. I don't think they're aluminum. And if it says. I don't know if it says what the material is of the needles. But they're nice. Both of them, both sets are nice. I'm enjoying using the Chalgoot ones. But I'm looking forward to trying the collage ones, and when I cast something on with those, I'll let you know. And then more show and tell. I'm excited. Okay, so I have something to do. You see that? This is one of my show and tells, and it's not showing up. It's too white. But this is my MidMOMama knit swag coffee cup, and I love it. It's a 12-ounce coffee cup, and it's got this Fair Isle design on it, and then it says MidMOMama. And then on the other side it says MidMOMama too. As well, I mean. And I adore it. I adore it. I got it from Knit Swag on Etsy, along with these lovely little blank note cards. I'll take one out of the packaging so that you can see the card. Comes with matched envelopes, white envelopes. But it's just this little, wow, okay. Well, maybe if I edit, zoom edit, it'll show. But it's yellow. Yellow doesn't show. It says "Hello Sunshine," and it's blank on the inside, and then it's Knit Swag there on the bottom. So I can write a little note, because I want to get into note writing and sending people encouraging notes, just because, well, because some people still aren't getting out. You know, there are a lot of people out there that are absolutely terrified of COVID, and I feel bad that they're stuck inside, so I want to communicate with people. Send them a note once in a while. Tell them I'm thinking about them and stuff. So that, you know, so at least they get some kind of human interaction. You know, because not everybody's on Facebook. Not everybody's on social media. So, you know, those people need a note once in a while. Or even maybe a phone call, although I don't like talking on the phone. But maybe I would. But I have a whole list of people at church that I want to reach out to. You know, just let them know I'm thinking about them and praying for them and stuff. So that's nice. So I got the note cards, and I got my MidMOMama coffee cup. I never drink on camera. I always wait till my segment break before I take a sip. But because I'm showing off my Knit Swag, I thought I would take a sip of my coffee. And then I want to show you some other things I got for Christmas. My daughter, I'll tell you about my daughter in a little bit. But she got me these beautiful little trinket jewelry cases. They're designs. One, she got me this little Fabergé egg. It's not really a Fabergé. It's not Fabergé per se, but it's a decorative egg. And it's got rhinestones on it. It's got a heart on both sides with a rose in the center. And the heart has rhinestone on it. And it's got rhinestones around the base there. And on the platform that it sits on. And on the lid. And if you open it, it's got a little place to put a little doodad or whatnot. So it's beautiful. She got me 2 more. She also got me this beautiful teapot. And it's got a dragonfly as the handle. And it's got roses with leaves on them. And you can lift the lid somehow. The hinge is right there, so there. Okay. And then you can hide a little valuable something or other in there. Very beautiful. And then the third one she got for me was a blue jay. And it is beautiful. It's got a bold blue color, and it's got green enamel and more rhinestones on the tail and the wings. And it opens up just like that. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. And this one's magnetic. The other two have a little a catch. But this one's magnetic. Well, I just thought they were adorable. I have some rings that I love, but I can't wear them anymore. They just don't fit right. So I just put them in my little treasure holders. I thought they were pretty. She said she got them off of Amazon, but I'm not going to go looking for them because it's none of my business how much she paid for these. But they're beautiful, and I love them. And I thought they would be nice to share on my show and tell. So they're beautiful. Just pretty things. But that's it. That wraps it up for Mama's show and tell. So let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for Mama Crafts. And this is the part of the show where I show you what progress I'm making on my current projects. I was going to do a year in review about the stuff that I made in 2020. I decided I didn't want to do that. Who cares? Nobody cares. I don't care. I enjoyed what I made, but, you know, and I'm proud of what I made. You know, every project I'm proud of. I'm proud of finishing them, but, you know, I don't know. I just didn't think that sounded very interesting. I mean, when I mentioned it last time, I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I do a year in review on my projects. No, I don't want to do that. To me, that's boring. That's boring to me. You know, because, you know, most of the ones that I did this year, you've seen them already, because I started my podcast in March. And so most of the stuff that I've done for 2020, you've seen it, so there's no need to rehash all that stuff. So you know, if you watch my program, you see what I'm working on. You don't need to see an entire review because it essentially be stuff you all seen already. So why do you want to do that? At any rate, I made some progress on my Janet Guthrie, my knitted sweater. The pattern is called Janet Guthrie. and the designer is Ann Hansen. I am using Knit Picks Brava Sport in silver, coral, and caution. The needles I'm using are Knitter's Pride US 4 and US 6. And the bag I'm keeping it in is my Geeky Girls Knit tote bag because I love it. It's good for a big project. So here's the progress I've made. I'm a little bit ashamed of myself because I didn't make much, about an inch. I made about an inch of progress. You guys, I have been so busy since my last episode. I'm lucky I've made this much progress, okay? We went to at church, Scott and I run the sound booth. I do the slides and Scott does video and streams to Facebook and all of that stuff. Well, he was, our church youth was doing a virtual youth evangelism conference. So the conference was actually done in Springfield, but it was live streamed across Missouri. It was for Missouri. I guess it was the Missouri Baptist Association put it on. And so, they asked Scott if he would come and handle the live stream part of it. So we did. And I wanted to go and be there with him because one, I kind of like stuff like that. And two, I didn't want poor Scott to be all by himself. And so he and I sat up in the balcony while the youth were all down there. Anyway, so I made some progress on my sweater, about an inch. Maybe slightly more than that. But that's the progress I've made since the last episode, from here to here. So I'm going to go ahead and move my marker so that the next time I'm on here I can tell you. I'm so jealous of people who can knit every day. I just don't have time. But I do like the progress I've made, and it'll be done someday. The next thing I want to show you, I pull it. I have it in this bag because really I haven't been toting it around very much. Let me pull everything out here. Okay. So this next thing I'm going to talk about is a hat that I'm making. The pattern is called Zaire Slouchy by Heidi May. It's a knitted hat. I am using Knit Picks Swish Worsted in Squirrel Heather, and I'm also using Knit Picks Wool of the Andes Worsted in Holly Berry. And I'm using my Chagu needles, US 6 and US 8. Okay, so here's what I have so far. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's wonderful. So what it is, you make this rolled brim. You're working in the round. And then you do this stripe pattern where the stripe gets gradually wider. So you do 6 rows of one color, alternating one row. And then you do 6 rounds of 2 rows of the color. And now I'm fixing to go to 3 rounds of the color, but that's it. That's as far as you go. It's the three rounds with one color, and that will finish the hat. But this is for myself. I feel like I'm ready for a new hat myself. So, and I was showing it to Audrey, and she didn't like the stripes. So, but I like the rolled brim on it. You do stocking it to a point, and then you do a garter stitch, and it's so pretty. And I love my combination of colors. These are the colors Okay, the gray one is the Knit Pick Swish, and the burgundy one is the Wool of the Andes. And this is a leftover from a scarf that I made for my daughter for her graduation pictures a couple of years ago. And this is a leftover from a set. I had made a cowl and fingerless mitts set for I think it was for a secret sister at church. Prayer sister. So, and I had it left over, and I had, according to the pattern directions, I have enough yarn to complete it. So, I'm very excited about that. I really like the hat. I thought it was pretty. It was a pretty stripe pattern. I chose it at random, I keep a little spreadsheet, and I put pattern names that I like in it, and when I want to do something new, I have it alphabetized. So I have a page for A's and a page for B's, etc., etc. So I went to my Z page, and I had it, I was looking for a hat, so I would do a random number generator. I'm such a nerd, I know, I shouldn't be telling you all that. She's really, but it's just what I do. I do silly things. I do things that don't make sense to people. I'm not crazy or anything, I'm just weird. But, so I went to the Z spreadsheet, and I chose random numbers until it gave me a hat pattern. And that's what I ended up with. I ended up with Zaire Slouchy by Heidi May. So, I'm enjoying that. And I wanted to show you, I know it's not knitting, but it's Mama Crafts. It's still part of the craft segment. So I wanted to show you about the diamond art that I've been doing with my friend Tiffany. Now she and I have only gotten together the one Thursday because all of the holidays have fallen on Thursdays since then, because we got together on December 17th, and then the following Thursday was Christmas Eve, and then the following Thursday was New Year's Eve. And so we haven't gotten together since the first night, but I'm telling you what, this is fun. We just sat there and we visited with one another and had some M&Ms and just had a really good time. And this was so fun. I'm not done with it by any means, but I want to show you what you get is a canvas, and then you get these little packages of colored beads, and then you have a key. Gives you a little instruction sheet. We got the Diamond Art Flower Llama Diamond Art Beginner Kit. This is a children's kit. It's for kids. But I figured since we were starting out, this would probably be the best way to start. She chose the elephant. There was a circus elephant that had, you know how in circuses the elephants wear those headdresses? Well, she chose that one. And so you have this key. And so you match the symbol in the pattern with the symbol on the chart using that color. And the color is stamped on the package. And so you just sit there. And then you get this little square of wax and a bead placer, and you push the little stylus into the wax, and then you pick up a bead and you place it on the symbol. And that's all you do. And you don't have to stick it in the wax every single time. Starting out you do, because you have to get it real sticky to begin with. But that little square of wax, I mean, it's teeny tiny, and you probably won't even use the whole thing for the whole design. So they give you plenty of wax, and they give you this little tray to pour your little beads in, and they give you a supply of zippy bags, because once you open these ones, you can't seal them again. So they give you a supply of these little zippy bags so that you can put the excess in. And I saved my little packages because that tells me what color number it is. So in case I need to use that color again, I'll have it. And it's such a relaxing thing. Now this one says, save the drama for your llama. I think it's adorable. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it when it's done. I really don't know that I would. I may frame it. I don't know. But you peel the cellophane off and you fill in the squares. But you don't want to peel that cellophane all the way off because you want to preserve the sticky. There's a sticky material and you don't want it to dry out. So for starting out, this has been fantastic and I've really enjoyed it. And I'd gotten the rose for Audrey, but she ended up not being able to join us that evening because she was stuck at work. Thursday night was meeting night where she works, and so the meeting was running late, and she said, Mom, just go without me. I said, really? She said, yeah, just go without me. She said, I don't know when I'm going to get out of here. So it was just Tiffany and I. But it was a lot of fun. We had a wonderful time. I tell you what, if you go to Amazon and you search diamond art, you'll see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kits. And it's very, very easy. You really don't need to start with a beginner project. If I'd known it was going to be that easy, I probably would have gotten something a little more advanced. But that's fine. Just starting out, and if you don't know you're going to like it, then you'd rather buy a little kit for $10. But I have to say, I am surprised at how affordable this craft is. This kit is $10. Well, you go on Amazon and you can find beautiful, beautiful kits, and they don't cost a whole lot of money. And sometimes you can get like a kit of 4 designs or up to 6 designs for about $25. 6 designs for $25. I think that's just an outstanding deal. Now, I don't know what size they are. Maybe they're really tiny. I don't know. But yeah, search diamond art and you'll find all kinds of kits. And they do, not just children's designs, but they do, there's Disney designs, there's Marvel designs, there were Star Wars designs, and then there was art, art designs, still lifes and landscapes and floral designs, which I was really interested in. There's Christmas designs and autumn design. I mean, just about anything that you would be interested in making one, they have one. They have a kit for that. So I highly recommend the diamond art. I'm not sure when Tiffany and I are going to get together again, and I haven't worked on it since we were together. I figured, there's no rule. I mean, we can do it independently, but I thought I think she and I kind of wanted something that we can do and get together regularly. So I probably won't work on mine until we get together again. This shouldn't be too long. But yeah, so that's a new craft I've discovered, and I enjoy it. I think it's very, very fun. I pack it all back in here. Isn't it funny they have it all packed in there nice and neat, snug as a bug in a rug, and then you put it in there and then the package is bulging and going every which direction, but it's very nice. It's a very fun craft. So I highly recommend the diamond art if you ever get around and you're knitting or crocheting and you just want something different. It's a good one. It's a good one. So that's it for Mama Craft. Let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for Mama's Pattern Showcase. So this is the part of the show where I review the Ravelry Top 20, and I find the patterns in the Top 20 that are available away from Ravelry. So, because some people don't use Ravelry anymore, but they still want to make the popular patterns or see what's popular right now. So I think this is a fun way to show the popular patterns that are available around the interwebs. So last week I did 2 crochet patterns and 3 knitting patterns. So this time I'm doing 3 crochet patterns and 2 knitting patterns. So the first pattern I would like to showcase is the Snow Cap Cardigan by Rachel Misner. The pattern is number 1 on the Crochet Top 20. You can purchase it on Ravelry for $4, or you can get it free at Evelyn and Peter Crochet website. So this sweater is crocheted using super bulky. They suggest Lion Brand homespun thick and quick. Using a US size 11.5 millimeter, which is a P. It's available in 9 adult sizes, from extra small to 5X. It uses US crochet terminology, and of course the pattern is in English. Description. This super cozy cardigan uses Lion Brand homespun thick and quick yarn for a fast make and comfy feel. Includes sizes extra small to 5X and is beginner friendly. The boxy oversized look is perfect to throw on over any outfit. The pattern is available free on my blog, and this pattern is available as a full video tutorial on YouTube. So I would suggest go to Evelyn and Peter Crochet. The link is in the show notes, and I imagine there's a direct link to the YouTube video. So yes, that one is number 1, and it's very beautiful. It looks very fluffy and very warm. So check that one out. The next pattern I would like to showcase to you is called Swing With Me by Elise Clausen. This pattern is number 2 on the Crochet Top 20. You can get this pattern for free at Elise Designs Facebook group. Okay? So what this is a swing coat with a hood. It's absolutely adorable. Just, oh my goodness. It's a dress coat. So you would wear it over your dress. And oh my goodness, it's long sleeve. Like I said, it's got a hood, you know, and it's got around the waistband, it's got heart-shaped baubles all around it. It is so pretty. So this is a crochet sweater coat. Suggested yarn is Katia Brahma. Katia Brahma, B-R-U-M-A. It's a worsted weight yarn. You're going to use a hook size 3mm and 4mm. Sizes available. Oh, it's 8 to 10 years. So this is for an older girl. It's for an older girl. Yeah, it's for about 8 to 10-year-old girl. I would want one. They always make children's clothing in children's sizes. I would love to wear something like that. So if you have an 8 to 10-year-old child, girl, in your life who would love to have a crocheted sweater coat that they're just going to grow out of, then take the time to make that for them. I'm sure they would love it. Maybe there's a variety of sizes available on the Facebook group. You cannot get the pattern from Ravelry. But you'll need 9 skeins of Brahma in the color 112 and 2 skeins of Brahma in the colorway 116. And you can go to the Facebook group. My show notes have the Ravelry link as well as whatever website link. So both links are available on my show notes. But boy, even if you don't have a child to knit that for, take a look at it. It's so pretty. I don't know how to grade a pattern. You know, I mean, you know, obviously you can create your own, you know, and, you know, you can use the pattern to size it up, but I don't know how to grade a pattern, so that's out for me. And you know what? To be truthful, I probably would never make a coat. I might. I don't say never. Never say never, but I'm not inclined to make a coat. And then finally, the third pattern I would like to showcase in the crochet pattern showcase is the Stella Infinity Cowl by Bernadine Graham. This pattern is number 3 on the Crochet Top 20. You can purchase it on Ravelry for $4.97, or you can get it free at MidMOMama website. It's a crochet cowl using sheep's swirl fine art DK weight yarn and a hook size 4mm, which is a G. The cowl is available in one size, and it's in U.S. crochet terminology. Let's see. This pattern is available free on my blog. Create your own Stella Infinity cowl today. Love infinity scarves or loop scarves? Then this is the perfect new season project for you. Made with DK weight merino and a rectangular construction, the Stella Infinity cowl is a beginner-friendly make that works up quickly. This pattern is written in U.S. crochet terms, and it tells you materials needed. This is a Me and My Hook. Oh, that's what it is. Me and My Hook original crochet pattern. I didn't know what it was. I said Mend My Hook. Mend My Hook, MENMYHOOK. It's not Mend My Hook. It's me in my hook. Me and my hook. Okay. Crochet. It says, join my email newsletter and get a coupon for £1 off. She's a British designer. You get £1 off any pattern in my Ravelry store. You can follow me. I share updates, photos, and occasional giveaways and sales on my social media pages. Come join the fun. So she's got a Facebook group, an Instagram group, and a Pinterest group. And she said, don't forget to join my Facebook group and share your makes here. So she gives you a link to her Facebook group too. So that's a very pretty cowl. It looks like it's a variety of different textures. So it doesn't look boring at all. It looks like a lot of fun. So if you're in need of a cowl, or if you need to make a gift for someone who would wear a cowl, then look at that one. And then in my knitting pattern showcase, I would like to feature this pattern is called Whatever the Weather by Stephanie Shimon. The pattern is number 4 on the Knitting Top 20. You can get it free on Ravelry and at the Frabjous Fibers website. Frabjous is spelled Frabjous Fibers. Frabjous Fibers website. It is a scarf or a shawl or a wrap or a blanket or a throw that you can knit in Wonderland Yarns and Frabjous Fibers Mad Hatter Sport Weight yarn in US sizes 6 and US size 7 knitting needles. So you can make a scarf, a wrap, or a blanket, and the pattern is in English. It says this mystery knit along uses mini skein packs to create a project celebrating and marking the season changes. Choose from icy, mild, and hot to customize your yarn color to your location's climate. You can choose to knit the daily high or low or the daily average. See the temperature chart for our color recommendations. If you live somewhere that is consistently hotter or colder, you might just want to move. New instructions will be released regularly. Each month we'll explore a different stitch pattern, recording that month's weather changes. All stitches will be simple enough for most knitters. I'm planning on making this into a daily knitting ritual for myself, a relaxing end-of-the-day project. Don't worry if you get behind. You should be able to find weather history online. Choose to knit a scarf, wrap, or blanket depending on your commitment level. Pattern instructions will be released regularly. Some days will be multiple rows, some days only one. Use size 6 needles or whatever size you need to get gauge. The size 7 needles listed in the details are ideal for a blanket. Choose to do the daily average, the daily high, or the daily low. Use our temperature guide to create your own. Overall, this is meant to be a fun project, a relaxing knitting ritual. I suggest you don't get too bogged down in the details and just go with it. Alright, so that's number 4. And then finally, the next knit pattern I would like to showcase is the Cura Lace Mittens by Rosa Urjanhicki. This pattern is number 18 on the Knitting Top 20. It is free at Rosanna of May website. This is a knitted pair of mittens using Aran weight yarn and US 4 knitting needles. There's 2 sizes available, medium and large, and it's available in English and Finnish. I think her primary language is Finnish. I'm Finn, I'm half Finn. I'm always proud of that. But the English pattern, I've provided a link to the Ravelry page, but I've also provided a link to the English pattern website. So so you can get it in Finnish if you want to, but I didn't include that link because I'm assuming most of the people that watch me don't speak Finnish, or read Finnish. So I provided the English pattern link website, and you should be able to find it there. But boy, that's a beautiful set of mittens. It looks like it's made with mohair because it's got that soft, fuzzy halo to it, and it's got a pretty lace pattern on it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that wraps it up for Mama's Pattern Showcase. To recap, we got the snow cap cardigan. These are the 3 crochet patterns. The snow cap cardigan by Rachel Misner, Swing With Me by Elise Clausen, and Stella Infinity Cowl by Bernadine Graham. Then the knitting showcase was Whatever the Weather by Stephanie Shimon, and Cura Lace Mittens by Rosa Yarjan Heipke. And those were the 2 knit patterns. So that's it for Mama's Pattern Showcase. So let's move on to the next segment. And now it's time for Mama Cooks. And I made 2 recipes. I have made a lot of recipes. But I'm not going to bog you down with everything I made in the past 2 weeks. I did so much cooking and baking. I very well might take a leave of absence from cooking fancy stuff for a while. So I have plenty of recipes that I can share with you that I made over the holidays. So I'm only going to give you 2 recipes this time. The first recipe comes out of this one. I used this one a few more times, and then I switched to a different cookbook. But it came out of this one. This is the Best of Country Cooking 2000. And I made the tuna bake with cheese swirls. But I messed it up a little bit. So Audrey wanted a tuna noodle casserole, or some kind of a tuna casserole, so I just looked in here to see if there was anything, and there was. It's not a noodle casserole though. It was more like a tuna pot pie, because it had the filling, and then it was overlaid with cheese biscuit swirls. And they were supposed to be swirls, but I'll tell you what I did. So, let's see, I pretty much did everything the way the pattern suggested, except when it came to the dough, I saw that it wanted me to roll the dough out and roll it up and then slice it so that you would have pinwheels on top. And I'm like, I ain't doing that. So instead, I made little drop biscuits over the top of it. I put the dough over the top and spread it out, as much as possible evenly, and I baked it that way. Because I get kind of overwhelmed when it wants me to roll stuff up and things, and it's weird because I did eventually do that for cookies this year, but for some reason I just wasn't feeling it. And and I didn't pay attention to what I was supposed to use the egg for. And I was supposed to beat the egg and add a little bit of water and brush the tops of the spirals. Well, I don't know, I guess that maybe I just didn't read what to do with the dough. And I put the egg in the batter and mixed it all, spread it all out. So, I didn't make it exactly like the recipe, but the recipe, the way you're supposed to make it is in the show notes. So don't worry about that. I thought it was good. Audrey thought it was good too. We both thought it was good, but again, it wasn't what she was wanting. She was wanting, a soup, a creamy tuna noodle casserole. That was just, comfort food, but it didn't turn out that way. It was good. I don't know if I would make it again, but it was good for the meal that we had for that evening, so it was fine. But it was good, and I have the recipe there. So that's the only difference. So this is how I made, what's it called? Tuna baked with cheese swirls, even though I didn't make cheese swirls. So here you go. I'll be back for Mama Bakes in a minute. For tuna baked with cheese swirls, you will need 3 tablespoons chopped onion, 3 tablespoons chopped green pepper, 1/3 cup butter, 1/3 cup all-purpose flour, 3 cups milk, 1 can condensed cream of mushroom soup undiluted, 1 can 12 ounces tuna drained and flaked, 1 tablespoon lemon juice, and 1 teaspoon of salt. In a saucepan, saute onion and green pepper in butter. Blend in the flour until smooth. Gradually stir in milk. Bring to a boil over medium heat. Cook and stir for 2 minutes. Remove from the heat and stir in soup, tuna, lemon juice, and salt. Pour into an ungreased 13 by 9 by 2 inch baking dish. For the dough, you will need 2 cups Bisquick, 1/3 cup milk, 1/2 cup shredded cheddar cheese, 1/2 cup diced pimentos, 1/4 cup minced fresh parsley. I was out of parsley, so I couldn't use it this time. 1 egg and 2 teaspoons water. For the dough, combine the Bisquick and milk until blended. On a lightly floured surface, roll dough into a 12 by 9 inch rectangle. Sprinkle with cheese and pimentos and parsley. Roll up jelly roll style, starting with a long side. Cut into 2-inch slices. Place over the tuna mixture. Beat egg and water and brush over the swirls. Bake uncovered at 400 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes or until the top is lightly browned. And that is how you make tuna baked with cheese swirls. And now it's time for Mama Bakes. And I made a batch of cookies for the Sunday school kids, the Sunday before Christmas. in our Sunday school materials, we've been learning about Lottie Moon during the month of December. We're Southern Baptist, and so the Southern Baptist Convention has what they call the cooperative program, and all the Southern Baptist churches contribute a portion of their offerings that they receive to the cooperative program, and those funds go out to support missionaries out in the field. Okay? Well, once a year, we have what they call the Lottie Moon Christmas offering. Lottie Moon was, her name was Dorothy, so Lottie for short, that was her nickname. She became a missionary in China, and she did a lot of work. And so every Christmas, Southern Baptists, we do what they call the Lottie Moon Christmas offering, which 100% of the money that's collected for that offering goes directly to the missionaries out in the field. It's just divvied up to all the missionaries who are doing international missions. There's another one for North American missions in the springtime. That's Annie Armstrong. But the Lottie Moon one is for the international missionaries. And so, the cooperative program, not only does it give to the missionaries, but it also, pays their staff and whatnot, their administrative staff and stuff. But for the offering itself, the Lottie Moon Christmas offering, 100% of those funds go directly to the missionaries. So it's always a big thing that we do in our church. And so for the month of December, in addition to the actual Bible lessons, we were doing a little missions moment about Lottie Moon. And they provided a recipe for the tea cakes that Lottie would make on a regular basis for the children that she, women and children that she ministered to in China. And so I decided to make a batch of the tea cakes, and I took them to church, and we had a little Christmas party and I decorated them with blue sugar, because I didn't think I had green and red. I thought I had used it all up, but it turns out I had it, but I didn't know. So I used my blue colored sugar, which is fine, nobody cares. But she didn't call for decorative sugar. I just did it because it was Christmas time and I thought it would be an added nice touch. The only thing I did different though was in the recipe, it asked for a tablespoon of milk, but it didn't tell you where to put it in the recipe instructions. So I assumed I was supposed to just baste them. I think I was supposed to brush the milk over the top of them, because it's only a tablespoon, and I didn't want to thin out the dough. And I did. I rolled it out, and I used a glass, and we cut Scott helped me, and we cut them out and baked them, and they were delicious, but they didn't have any vanilla in them. They were just butter, sugar, flour, egg, and milk, and that's it. So, I imagine she probably didn't have, vanilla extract available over in China back in the, turn of the century, 20th century. So it was a very simple cookie, but the kids enjoyed them, and I thought they were delicious. They came out pretty crunchy, crunchy cookies. I burnt the first pan. But after I figured out my timing, I was able to get better cookies out of the rest of it. But it was good, and so I'm providing that recipe to you. And so this is how I made Lottie's tea cakes. For Lottie's tea cakes, you will need half a cup of butter, 1 heaping cup of sugar, 2 cups of flour, 1 well-beaten egg, 1 tablespoon milk. Preheat oven to 475 degrees. Mix butter and sugar together until smooth and creamy. Beat the egg and add to the sugar mixture. Mix well. Add flour and mix well. Dust surface with flour and roll out dough to about 1/4 inch. Cut out circles using a drinking glass or a cookie cutter of your choice. Spray cookie sheet with non-stick cooking spray. Place cut-out cookies on a sheet 2 inches apart. Brush with milk. Bake 5 to 7 minutes. And that's how you make Lottie's tea cakes. And now it's time for Mama Reads. And I finished a couple of books. I finished 3. My Bible study group finished Advent, The Weary World Rejoices by Lifeway Women. It was good. If you want to do an Advent study, this is good. They also came out with this one was the one for 2019 that we did. They came out with one for the year 2020. We made the homemade marshmallows, but they only turned out for one of us. The batch I made flopped because I used a different type of a stand mixer. My friend Brenda brought a KitchenAid, and I have a KitchenAid, but there was only, out of our group of 6, only 2 of us wanted to make it. Well, in the prior couple weeks, 2 people, Brenda and Amanda said that they were going to go ahead and bring their stand mixer, so I didn't think it was necessary that I brought mine. Well, Amanda's was a different brand, and it didn't have the wire whisk attachment. It was just two beaters, and I think I let it go too long because she couldn't stay. And I said, well, I'll make you your marshmallows. I said, I don't need any, but I'll make you your pan of marshmallows. She said, oh, that'd be great. So we're making them. Brenda and I were making them side by side, and Tiffany and Melanie, were just, standing around watching, observing, making sure we did it right and helping us and stuff. And everything was fine until we started our mixers. And it said you needed them, put your mixer on. And we used, excuse me, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been drinking my coffee. I got the hiccups now. But the book used Ina Garten's homemade marshmallow recipe. I should link it. I hope I remember. But, and once you put it in the mixer, you're supposed to let it mix for 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Well, that was too long for the mixer I used. And Brenda's came out nice and glossy and beautiful, but after 12 minutes, Amanda's mixer seized up. I mean, the mixture just got too stiff, and it seized up, and it came out like glue. It was, how fluff, you buy the marshmallow fluff at the store in the jar. It came out like that, but it was too sticky. I mean, there's no way I could have spread that out. It was just, there was no doubt in my mind that it was over mixed. But Brenda's, she was able to pour hers into her pan and you're supposed to let it dry overnight. And so they had marshmallows, and she had brought me a little baggie of them a while later, and they were delicious. There's no doubt about it. Those were probably the very best marshmallows I ate. And she and I were talking. I said, "Do you feel like it was worth it to make them?" She said, "No." You know, for everyday use, just buying a bag of is cheaper, and it's less hassle. But two, it's for maybe once a year for Christmas she would be willing to do that, but she wouldn't. She wasn't converted to a homemade marshmallow only person. But they were delicious. They were good compared to fresh out of the bag. The other book that I finished, it's a Christmas book. It's a Christmas classic. It's The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. Why did I read this? One, I needed a C-book for my reading challenge. But at the same time, I couldn't get anything downloaded on my Kindle. My Kindle would not connect to Wi-Fi. And Scott's Kindle could not connect to Wi-Fi. So, that's something irritating about Amazon. When Amazon no longer wants to support your Kindle, they'll do something to it to make it not connect to the internet. And now, and it forces people to buy a new Kindle, which we did. But, there's a turn-in program. If you turn in your old Kindle, then you'll get, a percentage off on a new Kindle, which we did. We got our new Kindles just the other day, and I haven't started reading anything on it. So I read The Catcher in the Rye. I know I had to read this in high school, but it irritated me when I was in high school because of the way it's written. Because it's written in sort of a wise guy attitude, and it irritated me that a grown, high school, they want you to enjoy it because it's written that way, which I found irritating. But I wanted to go back and read it to see if I had a different take on it. And, different books for different seasons in your life. And this time, I thought this novel was hysterical. I thought it was so funny. There were so many times when I laughed out loud during this story. And it's terrible because he uses the Lord's name in vain all throughout this. Which, every time I came across it, it made me cringe. But I just thought this book was so funny. It made me laugh. So now that I'm an adult, and I can overlook the fact that it was written for teenagers because they want, J.D. Salinger wants teenagers to think that he's some cool dude. I got over that. So if you read it in high school and thought the same thing, give it another try. You might actually think it's funny. And I call it a Christmas book because it takes place in a couple of weeks before Christmas break in school. And so it was the perfect season of time to read a book like this. And to be perfectly honest, I don't get the point of the story. I don't find that the ending was satisfying. The story didn't seem to tie up at the end, which I guess that's the point, because this fella has a lot of issues as far as, social issues and things, but I thought it was a good book. So I recommend The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger, but I wouldn't recommend it if you're a teenager, just because you might find it annoying just like I did. And I am currently reading I'm still working on Biscuits, Butter, and Blessings, Farm Fresh Devotions for Hope and Comfort by Linda Kozar. Still working through it. I'm up to page 164. I started reading this adorable book here. This one is called You Are My Once in a Lifetime. I Will Always Love You by Marcy Straczynski. It's such an adorable book of poems, love poems, and I just adore it. My husband gave this to me when I was recovering from tongue surgery. He picked this up in the gift shop, and I don't know what was wrong with me back then. I just didn't want to read anything that people had given me. I don't know. I didn't want help. You know, I didn't want help on everything. And so I wasn't resentful, but I was resistant to help. And so, you know, and it wasn't because I was in a crabby mood. You know, I think I handled my cancer like, you know, better than most people do. But I just, you know, when it came to little nice things like this, I didn't want to read it. But this book is so adorable. I just love every single one of these poems, and you know, they make me think of Scott and how much I love him, and you know, tells me how much he loves me. And so if you need something with romance in it, or if, you know, if you're a fella and you happen to be looking at this, buy this for your wife. She'll be delighted to know how much you love her by reading these little poems. So that was adorable. I enjoyed that. I'm still working out. I'm only reading about 3 a day. You know, and they're very short poems, but you know, I don't want to overdo it. I like to enjoy my books within about a 2-week segment. So I'll plan my reading so that I'm reading about evenly every day. But I'll spend 2 weeks per book. I don't feel like I need to read in marathons. I just want a little bit of book every day. And then finally, I started an audio book. I have listened to every single one of Jen Lancaster's memoirs and one of her novels. I love Jen Lancaster, not because I find her to be. She's very snarky and very. She's got an attitude, but for some reason I just find her hysterical. And so I'm listening to right now. I'm behind. She's released several books since this one, but I just, you know, I want to read everything. So I read a couple of her books last year, and now I'm going to read this one. This one's called Generation X. And she always has a big long subtitle after her main title. So this one is One Reluctant Adult's Attempt to Unarrest Her Arrested Development, or Why It's Never Too Late for Her Dumb Ass to Learn Why Fruit Loops Are Not for Dinner by Jen Lancaster. Why? So anyway, it's just a memoir of her life and how it's time for her to grow up and act like a grown-up and stuff. So I'm only a couple of chapters in. I listen on audio, and so it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it so far. But that's it. That's all I'm currently reading for now. So let's move on to the next segment. So I think I decided I want to eliminate my Movie Mama segment because I really don't feel like talking about them. I enjoy my movies. If I see something particularly remarkable, I might mention it. But I don't think I'm going to do the movie segment anymore. So honestly, I can't even remember what I watched these past couple of weeks. And maybe that's why I eliminated it, because I kept forgetting to write them down. So if I see something, maybe I'll mention it in my Miscellaneous Mama segment. But now that's where we're at. We're in the Miscellaneous Mama segment. And Christmas was nice. We went, for Christmas Eve, we went to church. And then we came home and we watched A Christmas Story. And we had Rotel nachos and stuff. Scott wanted meat. Did I make him meatballs for Christmas? I think I made him, yeah, I made him meatballs, which I'll show you the recipe probably next episode. And then New Year's, we were invited to 2 places, but we accepted the invitation to a couple that we hadn't been together with them socially before. They invited us over, and so we went over there, and that was nice. We had a really good time with this couple. I really enjoyed them. I enjoyed the people that they invited to ring the new year in with, and we had a hard time hanging on until midnight. Scott wanted to go, and I didn't want to go, and you know, he kept saying, "You ready to go?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not ready to go." And so finally we made it to midnight, and then we were gone. I feel like if you're invited to a New Year's Eve party, part of being at the New Year's Eve party, you're supposed to stay until midnight. So that's what we did, and I kind of felt bad because he was in a bad mood, because it had started sleeting about 15 minutes before midnight, and when we went outside, the road was the sidewalk on their drive, their front was slick, and then the roads were slick, so he was even more angry with me because the roads were slick, and if we had left when he wanted to, the roads wouldn't have been slick yet, so I kind of felt bad about that. But we celebrated New Year's anyway, and we came home and went to bed, and then Audrey, she went to the other place where we were invited. So she didn't ring in the New Year with us, she rang in the New Year with the other family, so that was nice. And then New Year's Day, we took Christmas down, and we made black-eyed peas and cornbread and collard greens, and it was good. I'll share the recipe with that in the next few episodes. And then Sunday, we had a going away party for Audrey. My little baby girl is flying away to Alaska today. We're going to leave here in about an hour and a half, and we're going to take her to the airport, and she's going to fly to Alaska, and she's going to move in with her dad and my 2 sons, Sean and Cameron. And so we're going to say goodbye for a while, and my heart is sad, but my heart also knows that she's a grown-up now, and you know, she has to make her way in the world just like anybody else does. So, you know, I'm thankful for our time together over the past 6.5 years. But you know, she's ready. She's ready to leap, to fly away and be her own person. So, you know, she goes with my prayers, and she goes with my best wishes for her in her future. And, you know, my prayer is that she'll return someday, you know, whether permanently or not. You know, I mean, this isn't the last time we're ever going to see each other. But, you know, it's just sad that I'm not going to see her every day, or that I'm not going to be close enough to her. But it's okay. This is what we raise our children for. You know, for them to to become independent and you know, make a life for themselves. So she's the final baby, and so, you know, as of 2:30 today, Scott and I will be empty nesters, and you know, in a way we're looking forward to it because we have plans, you know, things that we want to do now that we're just him and I, but at the same time it's just I don't know. If you've ever gone through it, maybe you understand. Maybe you understand. But that's alright. It'll be okay. She's gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. Everybody's gonna be fine. No problem. But that's it. That's it for Miscellaneous Mama. So let's move on to the next segment. I want to thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you spending your time with me. I know that watching my show is a choice, and it means a lot that you have spent a slice of your valuable time with me. If you enjoyed what you saw today, I would like to encourage you to click subscribe. All that does is make it more easy for you to find me next time. Episodes are posted on the first and third Thursday of every month, but if you click on the notification bell, you'll automatically receive a notice every time I have a new episode. If you want to ask me any questions, you can comment below, or you can send me an email at midmomama2@gmail.com. I can be found on Instagram as MidMOMama1. I took a break from Instagram for a while, but I think I'm going to get back into it. I'm sorry I haven't been posting, but I've been so busy. And I kind of took a break from it for a while during the holidays because I just, all that, everything going on. So, but I'm on Instagram. I'm on Ravelry as MidMOMama, and I'm also on Parler as MidMOMama. So check me out. Until next time, good luck on the giveaway, and may God bless you. Bye.